Hey there everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Queen's Crypt. I'm so glad you guys loved the first episode, I really am. This time we're going to take a look at a video from the channel Sir Spooks. If you have any channel recommendations or video recommendations, be sure to put them in the comments. And without further ado, let's dive right into the creep.
I think it's pretty safe to say that many people don't find hospitals to be very comforting places.
Well, last time we did title the video explicitly Hospitals Are Scary, so yep.
As a matter of fact, a lot of people find them pretty unsettling. If you're one of those people, then this video we're about to look at probably won't help much. The video was posted to the Paranormal Encounters subreddit by user known as NoTower5558 and showcases the 4th floor of an undisclosed hospital that was apparently closed down many years ago. According to the uploader, security experienced this while doing their rounds.
You need to come to 369 because we're experiencing a ghost.
Big time.
Literally.
Why do you sound like a valley girl? Like, oh my gosh, they're ghosts?
Jeez, oh, yeah, there it goes.
Fuck.
Seriously, come look at this.
Seriously.
No, it's gonna stop. So if you know it, say hi.
Ethel,
All?
Ethel, what's wrong with you tonight?
Ethel?
What? What's wrong, Ethel?
Where is the like?
As you can see throughout the video, multiple lights can be seen flickering on and off in the room. At one point, a television even appears to turn on by itself. What also makes the footage interesting is that the hospital workers can be heard asking, "Ethel, what's wrong with you tonight?" implying this may not be the first strange incident they've experienced on the abandoned floor. The atmosphere of the video alone is enough to make it feel eerie, especially knowing the area has supposedly been closed off for years. Of course, there could still be more ordinary explanations behind some of what's happening, especially in an older hospital where electrical issues wouldn't exactly be uncommon. Even so, the workers' reactions make it seem like this wasn't entirely normal to them either. So who exactly is Ethel, and why do the workers seem so familiar with these strange occurrences? Whatever the...
First of all, I don't think this floor is abandoned. The bed still seems to be made. I don't see a lot of dust or abandoned stuff on the tables or stuff. And the TV is updated, like it's a flat screen and all. And you hear a lot of commotion in the background. So either this guy got his information wrong, or he's trying to make it look more spooky than it is. But either way, the activity is kind of, yeah, it is weird. Like, it might be that there's a presence still present, but it could also be someone messing with the lights outside of view. But some of these hospitals do have a separate switch at the bedside for the overhead light. So if that's the case, yeah, I don't know. Might want to have a handyman come and take a look at the wiring. If it's not the wiring, then yeah, something weird is going on here. Ethel, I hope you find peace soon.
Over on TikTok, a man named Nolan Brock posted a video to his account back in February of 2023 that showcases a piece of home security camera footage taken inside his living room. Nolan says he had accidentally fallen asleep on the couch at the time of the recording and mentioned that when he reviewed the footage afterward, it genuinely terrified him.
Okay, he has a cat. Yo, what?
At first, we can hear strange noises coming from the doors as they slowly begin moving on their own. Nolan appears to wake up briefly and look around before eventually falling back asleep on the couch. A little while later, the footage cuts ahead to another moment when Nolan is asleep once again. This time, one of the doors suddenly slams shut loudly, instantly jolting him awake in confusion as he tries to figure out what just happened. The build-up beforehand is what makes the clip feel especially unsettling. The doors don't immediately slam shut right away, but instead seem to move gradually at first before the louder incident happens later on. It's easy to see why some viewers interpreted this as some kind of paranormal activity, especially with how forcefully the door closes the second time around. Of course, there could still be a more ordinary explanation behind what happened, whether it was airflow inside the house or something else off camera that isn't obvious from the footage alone. Even so, the way the door moves and eventually slams shut still looks fairly unnatural, which is a big part of why the clip unsettled so many viewers. So what do you think happened here? Was this some kind of ghostly encounter or just a strange coincidence caught on camera?
I don't know. The skeptic inside of me is saying wires. The anti-skeptic is like saying, why the fuck did you leave the door still open after you saw them swing open by themselves? Because in the second clip you see them still wide open, like you're almost asking them to be slammed closed. The slamming closed is a little bit more difficult to do, I think, because it looks like a pantry sort of room. So someone hiding in there might be a little bit more difficult. But the thing is, like, I don't know if it was the lighting or the fan. I thought there was a... No, there's like this sort of weird lighting going on. Maybe are those candles on the countertop? Like... Oh no, there is a fan. So... That might be... Okay, no, I know what's going on. Like there are candles on the countertop and there's a fan going above him. I thought there was like this weird shadow behind the door, but I think that might be lighting. The other thing that I noticed is that the cat almost not reacts to this. Like right here, it does look at the door.
Which is a big part of why the clip unsettled so many viewers. So what do you think happened here? Was this some kind of ghostly encounter or just a strange coincidence caught on camera?
But the moment that he gets out of the couch, the cat goes and runs away. So the cat reacts to his movements. And most of the time animals have a sixth sense of these kind of things. If they sense that something is up and there's an extra person in the room that's not visible, aka a ghost, they sense that shit. So I think if that would be paranormal activity, that the cat would have reacted a whole different way.
Over on the Cryptid subreddit, a user posted a video that's sure to get your skin crawling.
Ooh, cryptids.
In the description of the post, The uploader explains that he and his friend regularly go on late night walks and often talk about paranormal topics while they're out.
Wait, I wanted to read that. My friend and I go on regular walks at night and our topic of choice is usually paranormal shit. Fun. The other night I left him to go gym and he decided to walk back alone. Then he went the long spooky way and took some pictures as he was walking. We always take pictures of the stars and for our Instagram stories of random shit, and I think it could just be a person, but the silhouette and outline of this shape is really strange. At first we thought it was an animal, but after he increased the exposure we could see something. I know it's 100% unedited other than the exposure increase because I saw the original photograph on his phone and the time he took the picture on his iPhone. Any ideas of what it may be and any expert able to give us some tips? Today we went near the area again at night and heard noises as if we were being followed, but we were too spooked to go into the depths of the darkness.
One night, after the uploader left to go to the gym, his friend decided to walk home alone and took the long spooky way,
what the fuck
snapping
is that?
random pictures along the way
Go back to
like
the picture.
they usually do.
Oh no, what? You. Ooh.
As you can see, there definitely appears to be something standing off in the distance, though what exactly it is remains completely unclear. The silhouette and shape of the figure look unusual enough to immediately stand out once you notice it. To me, it almost resembles the popular creepypasta turned urban legend known as the Rake, though of course it could easily be something far more ordinary as well. There is the possibility that the figure is simply a person partially obscured by darkness and the increased exposure of the image, which can sometimes make shapes appear much stranger than they really are. Still, the shape of the figure is unsettling enough to make the image difficult to completely brush off. So what do you think this creature could be? If you have any theories or possible explanations, be sure to let me know down in the comments.
Well, Sir Spooks, I will give you my opinion right now, because I don't like typing. When you keep staring at it for a little while and then you look into the dark part above it, you have like floating eyes, because your eyes kept staring at the white and it's like branded in your eyes. Ooh, that's scary. No, but yeah, the Rake could be a very fair assumption. Especially because it's like, if it would have been a human hiding as something, then the eyes wouldn't have glowed like that. Because, yeah, only animals have that like thing that their eyes are reflective. I forgot the term. This is quite scary if you see that looking at you in the darkness. I wouldn't have wanted to be there any longer than I was supposed to be.
Reddit user Iron Baboon posted a video to the UFO subreddit showcasing some eerie footage filmed on March 25th, 2026 at around 7 p.m. in Doha, Qatar. The clip was recorded during a thunderstorm and doesn't waste much time getting right to the strange part.
Yeah, honestly, I'm just gonna skip this part. Like, it's not that I don't believe in UFOs. I do believe in extraterrestrial life. But most of these videos are so easily debunkable. Like this just seems like either lights in the sky projected on the clouds, or maybe 3 drones. Especially because they don't like disappear into the clouds. I'm gonna keep on watching, but if you don't see anything else or we just skip to the next clip, then you know my opinion on this. Hi, welcome to the next clip. Told you.
A woman named Ricky Hill posted a video to her TikTok account in June of 2025 and walks viewers through a very bizarre and creepy incident that allegedly happened inside her home back in 2019. The home security camera footage starts off relatively uneventful, but within seconds, things begin to feel much more unsettling.
You will see as the light dims and then brightens, and then it will dim again, and then it will brighten again. And if you look past, like towards the kitchen area, right about, let's see, one more time maybe. Right now, you'll see her. You can see her coming through. She comes, turns around, walks past towards the kitchen area again. And then you'll see an orb dip out at the end. Also, if your brightness is not turned up, make sure to turn that up or else you can miss her.
As you can see, the lights inside the house continuously dim and brighten over and over again, creating a pretty eerie atmosphere throughout the footage. But that isn't even the strangest part of the video. Right around here, what appears to be some kind of ghostly woman can briefly be seen walking through the house, passing by the kitchen area before seemingly disappearing from view. The figure is faint, but visible enough to immediately stand out once you notice it moving through the frame. In the description of the post, Ricky claims that the woman's name was Mary and says she used to live in the house next door. According to the story, Mary was allegedly involved in an affair with multiple men, including one who supposedly lived in the very house Ricky now lives in. Ricky also claims that Mary's husband later found out and allegedly ended up killing the man. Unfortunately, Ricky never shared where this information came from or whether any of the story could actually be verified. Even so, if there's any truth to it at all, it definitely adds another layer of unease to the footage. Of course, there's also the possibility that the figure is simply a trick of lighting, camera exposure, or video compression, especially with the lights flickering throughout the clip. Still, the way the shape moves through the kitchen makes the footage difficult to completely ignore. So what do you think was captured inside Ricky's home? Was this really the spirit of someone connected to the house, or just an eerie coincidence caught on camera?
Well, I mean, the possibility could be that it's an edit, because I think that that's a pretty easy thing to do, like you have enough space next to it to add something onto it on the video. But if this is legit, I'll have my other thoughts in a minute. If this is legit, the outline of that ghost is so clear. Like you actually see the head, you see the shoulders. Like part of the torso is disappeared though, is see-through. But you also see like the legs, it's pretty... My only thoughts about the backstory is like, how come Mary is in your house? And why don't you see like the dude that was offed by the husband? Like, that's my only question about all this thing. Because you also don't mention that the husband killed her. So that's a weird thing. So why is she haunting your house and not her own house? It's weird. It's weird.
On December 25th, 2025, a TikTok account known as Urban Explorers posted a video showing them wandering through a forest when they suddenly came across a strange hole in the ground.
Urban explorers going through a forest. A little bit of an oxymoron, but okay.
Curious about what might be inside, they decided to climb down and explore the tunnel-like area beneath it.
Why? Why would you?
Which, as you might expect, turned out to be a pretty bad idea.
Almost had a panic attack, not like no shit, fucker. Why? I fucking got goosebumps from that. Oh my god. Even if that was fake, that was a good one. Oh my god. Oh. Kids clothing. Ew.
According to the explorers, they immediately started feeling uneasy once they entered the tunnel, even mentioning that it felt like they were having a panic attack while walking through the area. Despite that feeling, they
No, they had a panic attack while going through a claustrophobic little thing.
continued deeper inside. Then, right around the 18-second mark, if you look carefully toward the end of the tunnel, you can make out what appears to be some kind of pale face staring directly back at them from the darkness. The figure is difficult to fully make out, but it's visible enough to immediately stand out once you notice it. It's easy to see why some viewers found the clip genuinely creepy, especially because the face appears surprisingly clear once spotted. Of course, there's also the possibility that the entire thing was staged or edited as a hoax. At the same time, if the face hadn't actually been added in afterward, it does raise the question of how the uploader supposedly never noticed something so obvious while filming and editing the video. So, what do you think was hiding at the end of that?
I mean, I don't think it's edited in because there's like a clear ass shadow behind the head. The only thing I'm like thinking that it might be staged is because they don't like go and see if that there's a wall there that the head is disappeared in, or that there's like another hallway going there. And even then, I saw that happening in real time.
Over on TikTok, a man named Kyle Anthony posted a piece of home security camera footage filmed inside his house late at night, during what seemed like a completely peaceful evening. Despite the video starting off normal, it doesn't take very long for things to become a little unsettling.
You're a kitty.
Right around here, one of the chairs in the kitchen area suddenly appears to move all on its own. What also makes the moment interesting is that Kyle's cat doesn't really seem to react to it at all.
Yes, it does.
The movement
yes, it does.
itself is subtle, but noticeable enough to immediately stand out once you see it happen. A second clip filmed late.
The cat did react to it. Like, it was looking like straight to the chair. But it just wasn't bothered by it. That's what makes me think this might be genuine, because, like I said earlier, animals do react to this sort of thing. But this might be a presence that the cat is used to. So you might have a ghost in there that's been around for a long as while. Or maybe your cat is just used to your antics of trying to have paranormal activity in your house.
To that night shows even more strange activity taking place in the kitchen.
Kitty. Oh, hello. Yeah, see. Cats immediately go and check it out.
The fact that both incidents reportedly happened on the same night definitely makes the footage feel a bit more eerie. especially with objects seemingly moving without anyone nearby. Of course, there could still be a more ordinary explanation behind what's happening here, whether it's something off camera, vibrations in the house, or another detail not obvious from the footage alone. Even so, the timing and movement in both clips are strange enough to leave viewers questioning it.
No, this one might be legit. I kinda believe this one. There could always be another explanation, but I'm leaning towards the true. If only for the cat's reactions.
On February 7th, 2026, a TikTok user known as Paranormal Empress posted a video to her account explaining that she was simply trying to take a picture to show her husband that the kitchen light had been left on, when much to her surprise...
Wait, what did she have in her biography? Relative of Anne Boleyn married to Romney Lee Warren. Relative of Anne Boleyn. Okay, just going off of that, I think this one might be attention-seeking fake.
Her husband that the kitchen light had been left on, when much to her surprise, she captured this.
Ooh, spooky. Yeah, that's not a guy in a mask. Yeah.
It's hard to deny just how eerie the image looks. The figure definitely resembles a person, but at the same time, there's something about it that feels strangely off, almost like some kind of ghostly apparition standing in the room. The shape of the face and body are faint, yet still clear enough to immediately catch your attention once you notice them in the photo. The uploader goes on to say that in her opinion, the figure resembles Anne Boleyn, who she claims is actually one of her relatives. When placing the two images side by side, there does appear to be at least some resemblance between the faces. Some viewers believe the image could simply be a hoax, with the ghostly figure digitally edited into the photo afterward.
The facts keep piling up. You have a user named Paranormal Empress. That's already a red flag. Then you have her claiming she's a relative of Anne Boleyn. And when you start claiming things like that, it's a little bit weird and also raises a red flag. And then this picture, come on. You really want me to believe that this is a ghost? You can like clearly see. Oh my god, you can even see the liquefied tools on the door border. Oh my god, I just noticed that. Look at the door borders. You can clearly see where it's edited in. You did not do a good Photoshop edit, my girl. Oh my fucking god. Yeah, no.
Could it really be some kind of ghostly figure, or is there another explanation behind the image?
Yeah. Photoshop.
TikTok user WillowHunter74 says that on the night of March 12, 2026, they were suddenly awoken at around 3 o'clock in the morning after thinking they heard the downstairs tap running. Curious and a little unsettled, WillowHunter decided to check the home security camera footage to see if anything unusual had happened during the night. This is what was reportedly captured.
Oop. Brushy one down. Ooh. That might still be wires though.
The footage first shows a teddy bear suddenly falling from a chair, before a short while later, a nearby door opens on its own.
Wait, I'm gonna rewatch it one more time. Because if there would be wires, like the plushie you can't really disprove that's true. But I'm trying to, if he's gonna show it one more time, or I might replay it, if there's like an indent of a wire on the clothes there.
What do you think was happening inside WillowHunter's house that night? Could this really have been paranormal activity, or just a strange coincidence caught on camera?
That might indeed be a strange event caught on camera. Because otherwise, it does go under the laundry rackets though. Okay, there might still be a possibility of wires. I must say this channel posts a lot of good ones, actually.
This next video is only a couple of seconds long, but that's more than enough time for it to leave viewers scratching their heads. The video was posted to TikTok by user Midget87 and shows footage from what is presumably the uploader's front yard in the middle of the night. Everything seems quiet and uneventful until suddenly this happens.
That's a tall guy.
Right around here, a very tall figure can be seen walking across the yard before disappearing from view just a few seconds later.
That's weird.
What immediately stands out is the apparent height of the figure. According to the uploader, the fence visible in the footage stands around 6 feet tall, which would make the figure appear significantly taller than an average person.
For my European buddies, that's around 2 meters.
The movement itself is also unusual. The figure doesn't seem to stop or react to anything, instead continuing across the yard. Some viewers have even suggested that the figure resembles one of the many tall humanoid entities often reported in paranormal stories and urban legends. Without additional footage or context, it's difficult to know exactly what we're looking at here. Even so, if the fence really is 6 feet tall, the apparent size of the figure is what continues to catch people's attention. Sadly, there isn't much context available beyond what we see in the video itself, but there definitely appears to be something moving through the uploader's yard that doesn't look quite right. So what do you think was captured here? Was it really some kind of ghostly entity, or something else entirely?
Might be. Like this is another that might be real, because you also see like the cars moving in the background, like passing the fence, and you don't really see any distortion around those cars. Like the quality is still bad as shit, and that's always the case with these ones for some reason. But I actually need to check, because my sister-in-law also has a security camera, ring camera. I need to check if that quality is also so fucking bad. Maybe I'll mention it in the next video. But yeah, I don't think this is like a cryptid or an urban legend or some shit. No, I think this just might be a presence passing by. A very tall presence, but yeah, maybe. Like this video has some real things.
Natalie Hopkins runs a YouTube channel where she typically posts videos of herself exploring abandoned buildings and other allegedly haunted locations, documenting her experiences for her audience.
You know, I have a clear skeptical view from channels that do like these haunted explorations and all those things. If you have like paranormal in your username, it kind of raises a red flag in my opinion. Like you could be obsessed with a haunted and paranormal, no problem with that, absolutely not. But it kind of raises a skeptical eye for me. If like there are no indications or whatever that this might be fake, then okay. But there are channels that have like nothing to do with the paranormal that post like a paranormal thing, and I'm gonna believe that more than something that like earlier Paranormal Empress.
The video we'll be looking at today sees her traveling to Bel Air, Ohio. to investigate reports of paranormal activity inside the supposedly haunted Ross house.
Ew, that's just
The video itself is over an hour long and contains a number of eerie moments, but perhaps the most intriguing occurs around the 44-minute mark. Natalie and several others are sitting in the basement, attempting to communicate with a possible spirit, when suddenly this happens.
Could you give us a sign if anyone is here? Maybe one of the balls, light them up, move them. Could you give us a sign if anyone is here? Maybe one of the balls, light them up, move them. Could you give us a sign if anyone is here? Maybe one of the balls, light them up.
Out of nowhere, Natalie's blouse appears to move on its own, almost as if something is tugging on it.
Okay.
What's particularly interesting is her immediate reaction. She quickly notices the movement and turns around looking genuinely confused by what just happened. The timing of the moment is what makes it stand out. The group is actively attempting to communicate with the spirit when the movement occurs, making it easy to see why some viewers believe they may have received a response. At the same time, moments like this are always open to interpretation, especially when viewed through a camera. Still, the movement is unusual enough that it has sparked plenty of discussion among viewers.
I mean, if it would be a wire or a hook, you would have already seen it in her blouse. You would have already seen something like sticking out. So either it's a very good wire or someone wants to have some attention. It's weird to see an all-girls group though. Like you don't see that very often.
On December 16th, 2025, a woman on TikTok named Abby Dewitt posted a video to her account in which she explains that her autistic son, who was still awake at 1 o'clock in the morning, suddenly began screaming that the elf moved. It's a pretty uncomfortable video to watch, as you can hear genuine fear in the young boy's voice while he points toward the elf. If you look carefully, you can see what appears to be the elf's foot moving. What's interesting is that the movement seems somewhat independent from the rest of the elf, making it stand out to many viewers. At first glance, it's easy to see why the boy thought something strange was happening. A second video was posted later on in which the boy's mother offered an explanation for what happened.
Okay, so here's the mischievous little elves. The night prior, we had them swinging from the ceiling fan by a string, and if you zoom in there, you'll see the string wrapped around the candle. So he was literally just dangling there. So when my son was swinging his little stuffed Charizard around, he was making air movement, which made the elf move.
According to her, the elf was hanging from a string, and the movement was likely caused by her son swinging his teddy bear around nearby, rather than anything paranormal. However, many people in the comments weren't completely convinced. Some pointed out that the movement of the elf appeared slower and more deliberate than they would expect if it was simply reacting to the motion of the teddy bear. Whether the mother's explanation fully solves the mystery or not is up for debate, but it certainly adds an interesting layer to the story. So what do you think happened here? Was the elf simply reacting to movement in the room?
No, I think the comments are right that the movement of that foot is way slower than the air movement of the plushie, because I also thought that it was the air for a moment, but that foot is way slower than it should be. It's like something is holding it very slowly, or like the elf is moving at its own. But yeah, it's not matching her explanation, so to say.
On October 4th, 2015, a Ukrainian YouTube channel posted a video showing the uploader wandering around the front of Pithiatsi Castle. a historic castle located in western Ukraine. At first, the footage seems completely ordinary, simply showing the impressive exterior of the old building. But within a matter of seconds, something unusual appears to be captured on camera.
Hello?
Супер. Такой с архітектурою. Ніфіга собі.
Huh?
Андріана! Андріана!
Try to keep... Whoop.
At around the 15-second mark, a strange white figure can be seen appearing in one of the upper windows of the castle. What's especially eerie is that the figure doesn't simply appear and disappear
That was
abruptly.
weird.
It seems to gradually fade into view before later fading.
Yeah, it's not a projection from the inside, because then you couldn't see it through the open windows. It's also not edited in, I think, because the lines seem pretty... This is weird, because it's also not a reflection. Huh. Okay, this one's a head scratcher, because I can't really seem to see an explanation of this.
Away again. The videographer appears to notice the figure as well, calling out someone's name several times before the video suddenly ends. Given the age and history of Pantry Castle, it's easy to see why some viewers immediately interpreted the figure as a ghostly apparition connected to the location. The castle itself has long been associated with paranormal legends and stories of hauntings.
The only edit explanation I might have is because it fades in very nicely. Like, I could do a fade right now on something on the screen. It kind of looks like that. The picture also seems to be very clear on that window, so that's so weird.
Not everyone is convinced, however. Some viewers have suggested that the figure could have been added digitally, possibly using visual effects and motion tracking to make it appear naturally attached to the window as the camera moves. With a clip this short, it's difficult to completely rule that possibility out. Even so, the way the figure slowly materializes and fades away is what continues to make the footage so memorable. So what do you think was captured in the window of Pantry Castle that day? Was it a genuine ghostly figure or something else entirely?
I also want to say it looks like something anime. Yeah, didn't really think about the digital part yet, because that might be a little bit of a level up from just video editing. It is a good edit though. Oh no.
This next video comes to us from the UFO subreddit and was reportedly posted to Telegram by Ukrainian Defense Ministry advisor Serhiy Beskresnov. According to Beskresnov, the footage was sent to him by military personnel and was allegedly filmed in May of 2025 at an altitude of around 800 meters. What's particularly interesting is that Beskresnov claims this isn't the first time he's dealt with reports like this. In a previous statement, he explained that after publishing footage of an unidentified object observed by aerial reconnaissance units in 2023, he was contacted by representatives of a government agency that had reportedly been studying such phenomena in Ukraine since Soviet times. He also stated that since the outbreak of the war, investigating unidentified objects in Ukrainian airspace has become more of a military concern than a civilian one, noting that what might initially be classified as a UFO could potentially turn out to be a previously unknown weapon system. With that context in mind, let's take a look at the footage.
Ah, yes. What? Might want to Huh? What's a Pokemon doing in the air? Huh?
I have to admit there's something about this video that's difficult to put into words. The object itself has a very unusual appearance, and the overall atmosphere of the footage gives it a distinctly unsettling feeling. A lot of people in the comments seem to have had a similar reaction, with many pointing out just how strange the object looks compared to more familiar aircraft or drones. At the same time, without additional information, it's impossible to know exactly what we're looking at here. Given the ongoing conflict,
I'm gonna put an unexplained on this one. I don't know if that's like a weird ass drone or something else, but that's a Pokemon floating through the air. Like the meteorite one. I, for the life of me, can't come up with a name. But I know exactly which one it is. Yeah, like Ukraine doesn't have enough to deal with already. Now we have aliens.
a woman on TikTok known as PeachAssassin99 posted a video caption on her home security camera system that shows her simply relaxing and watching TV at around 3 o'clock in the morning when suddenly something very strange happens.
Debunking said, this is ridiculous. Don't make me think about numbers again. A brave and accurate decision. Yes, my captain.
Right around the 5-second mark, the uploader's hair appears to get pulled upward by an unseen force. She notices it immediately and quickly turns around, trying to figure out what just happened. But there doesn't seem to be anyone else nearby. Her reaction is what really makes the moment stand out, as she looks genuinely startled by whatever she felt. A second video was later posted to her account, this time showing another odd incident taking place inside the house.
I'm once again going to point out the fact that the dogs didn't react at all.
Whoa, I'm sorry. But I'm not sorry that I can't find something.
Yeah.
19 minutes, people. Just to be clear, 19 minutes until 6 o'clock. I'm sure this brings a whole...
Right around here, several books can be seen falling from a shelf and landing on the floor, seemingly all by themselves. The fact that both videos were recorded inside the same home is what many viewers found especially interesting, leading some to wonder if the two incidents could somehow be connected. Not everyone is convinced, of course.
No.
Without seeing what happened outside the frame, it's difficult to know exactly what caused either event. Even so, both clips are unusual enough to have left plenty of people scratching their heads. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem as though the uploader ever discovered what was behind either of these incidents. So what do you think was happening inside this house? Was it a spirit making its presence known, or something else entirely? And that was...
Like I said, I've seen those clips already, and that time I also thought they were pretty fake. Like, first of all, like I said, the dogs didn't react at all. And books seem to be like pulled from somewhere. Also, her reaction isn't really that genuine either. It's like, oh no, if my hair would have been pulled from nowhere, I would have first looked like, did my hair get stuck on the couch or something? If that wasn't the case, because if you have long hair like that and you feel it pulled, I would have screamed. Personally. Also, the next part where the books fall, she's just like, oh, those fell. Da-de-da-de-da, just walking out the room. Like, no. If I see an unexplainable fall from somewhere, I'm like, first of all, if there was no like traffic coming past, that could have been an explanation. But if there's no traffic at all, and I see that happening, I would be out of the house. Fuck that, I'm gonna call a priest. Gotta cleanse this fucking house from top to bottom. New! So, that was another video. I do hope you liked it. I do hope you enjoyed it. I do hope that you'll return for more. And leave in the comments which clip you liked, which clip you thought was ultra fake or ultra real, maybe. Let me know. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Keep on dreaming.